It's our off-air pod show. It's our off-air pod show. It's our off-air pod show. It's our off-air pod show.
Hello there, welcome to the Off-Air Pod Show. Going around the room doing the roll call, Liam. Notable absentee, still off sick. Ben. Hello there. Belle.
Present, did you... I'll hold my little quick biz for after the roll call.
So you're nominating You Have Business?
A little bit of biz.
Okay, great. Andy Sow.
Present MBRR.
Scudder.
Yeah, present with
Hey,
biz.
he's back.
I'm back. I'm
He's
back.
back.
Hello. Thanks for having me back.
Foutini.
Changed the order, but I'm here.
Yeah, I don't really think that I don't know if there is an order. Is there an order?
Yeah.
I feel like Liam also changes it every now and then.
No, he doesn't. He keeps it, yeah.
No, I think he does
Sometimes
change it a little
sometimes you go rogue. Sometimes you go
yeah.
Ben, Belle, Tina.
bit. Yeah.
As long as Jack's last.
To be honest, I think he really sticks to the Ben, Belle, then he goes Andy, but then I feel like Scudder, Tina, and Jack generally will
it's
get
usually
mixed
Scudder and Tina. He changes, and
Flip-flops,
it's
yeah.
always me last.
up. You at the end.
Do you know when
I'm here, by the way, Ben.
Jack.
Present.
you know-
Edinburgh.
when you watch a TV show, normally they get all the actors out, and then like the feature guy, it'll say at the end of the credits
Yeah.
with.
Or,
Yeah.
or also starring.
Yeah, like as
Guest
in.
starring.
Yeah.
I like
with-
when you go to a musical, which I don't do that often anymore now. I've got Little Freddie, but I used to love going to musicals because I think they're great. And then at the end, when they do, like, they all come out and get the applause, and I like that they start off with the little roles and they get bigger and bigger and
Yeah.
bigger, and then it ends with a star.
Yeah.
I always
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But I also like when there's clearly someone in the play who's a standout and they didn't have a major role, but they get a bigger applause
Yes.
than the main
You know
character.
who that always is? It's the comic relief character.
Yeah.
Always
Or-
that person.
Or it's the villain who's doing the fun dance with them all at the end.
yeah.
And
Imagine
sometimes
being that
when people are coming out, let's say they're a mid-tier character, and then you hear like one person scream extra loud, you're like, that's their mum.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
They
pals.
got free tickets.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, pals. What's your favourite musical? Yeah.
Good question. I would
Yeah.
say
That you've seen, I reckon.
Yeah, fair.
Kinky Boots was like really
Hell
memorable.
yeah.
It was really good.
Who
I
was
like Kinky
lead of
Boots.
that when you saw it?
I
Do you remember?
I'm not good with the names
No,
of the
no,
people
good.
that play the main characters, but Kinky Boots was really good. Lion King, I enjoyed.
Where
That
did you
was
see Kinky Boots?
Kinky Boots was in Sydney.
Nice.
I saw most. Oh no, that's not. Can I re-answer that?
Yeah.
Kinky Boots was outstanding, but you can't go past Book of Mormon.
Very
Seen
funny.
it twice.
Do you know Brendan Urie from Panic at the Disco was the lead in Kinky Boots in America? For a bit.
Really?
Yeah. That's all I know about it.
Yours, sir, Andy.
I seen Les Mis in Hollywood, which was the Broadway cast doing it in Hollywood, and it was like the best thing I've ever seen in my life. It was so good.
That's so good.
Jack.
Yeah.
Matilda holds a big place in my heart,
Nice.
but I finally was able to see Wicked recently with Andy, actually, and I cried. It was amazing. I cried at Matilda, but this was amazing.
Yeah. Scudder.
Phantom of the Opera. Nice.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, inside my mind.
Saw that here recently, and the effects and stuff were incredible.
Yeah.
Do you think that chandelier is going to fall on your head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When because it was covered up at the start, and then suddenly all the tarp around it goes like sucks in, and then
Yeah.
the chandelier comes out.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
I could talk to you for hours
Yeah.
about Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, the
bless.
sets are incredible. They're all rotating as well, and they all come in and out with people standing on them. And I'm like, oh my god, these people are going to fall off, and they didn't.
So good.
Belle.
Very good.
Probably Lion King because I was a kid when we went and saw it, and I thought it was the greatest thing ever.
Where did you see it? Here?
Somewhere in the city, in Melbourne. Yeah.
No, so in Melbourne. Yeah.
Yeah.
Foutini.
What about you, Tina?
Tina had to walk out.
Stitch up.
Tina had to walk out of the room. She doesn't know what we're talking about.
Could be favourite Disney films, Tina?
It could be.
Have a crack.
Is it favourite musicals?
No,
Yes.
just oh no, you shouldn't have told her.
I don't really like musicals, but if we're gonna do one, it would be Mamma Mia
So you saw
because I love ABBA.
Yeah.
You know what? The
Yeah.
honourable mention for me was Carole King the musical. Because the
Nice.
music was outstanding. I couldn't believe how many hits she wrote. I couldn't believe it.
You know that ABBA hologram thing is definitely coming to Melbourne?
Is it locked in?
I'm pretty sure it's locked in.
Are you gonna go when you're in London? Because I 10 out of 10 recommend.
Have you seen it before?
Yeah, it was
Do you guys
sick.
know about this?
Is it where they have...
It's
It's
hologram.
hologram ABBAs.
It is what it says
It's
on the
like
tin.
it's a purpose-built stadium just for this, and it's
What a
In
waste of
London.
material.
Wow.
in London, and that Bella.
It's like a permanent thing in London. Like
Are they-
ABBA.
sorry.
Is it ABBA Voyage?
Voyage.
Yeah.
And the people from ABBA started it, but it's like holograms
Are they
it's-
dead?
Aren't they still alive?
No, they're still alive.
Well,
But they're old
I'm sorry,
people.
but I feel like
Seems a bit lazy.
you could
doesn't
just
it?
do it while you're still here.
No,
the
but they
hologram
did
could be when
it.
you're
So
dead.
they did it. So they've recorded the whole thing as their current present self, but the holograms
Yeah.
are them
So-
younger. So you're seeing ABBA at their peak.
So
Because
Yeah.
most of us will never get that.
it's
opportunity.
basically a movie and a musical smushed together, and you can
kinda
go and
cool.
see it permanently.
Yeah.
It's kinda
It's
Honestly,
art,
it's
honestly.
But they're building it
best.
at Flemington Racecourse, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, at Flemington, you
Yeah.
say?
Are we paying for
Cool.
that? Who's paying for that?
What do you mean who's paying for that?
the
Is that
taxpayers.
a taxpayer thing, or is that a who's paying for that?
Well, I think if we want to talk about like the net benefit to the state of Victoria, probably a lot of people will come see it.
I'll be going weekly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
God bless you.
I loved it.
Not on a weeknight. You're
Not
busy working.
Yeah, on a Saturday or like a Sunday.
I do really want to
Weekly.
go see the Beauty and the Beast musical when it starts.
When
Yeah.
does that
Aren't
start?
we?
Looks cute.
Aren't we? I got an invite to that, didn't I?
Yeah, I got an
Didn't
invite too, but I'm going to be away that weekend.
Me
Very
too. I
sad.
think that's the problem.
God, it must
Next
be
weekend.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I go? When is it?
Next weekend, next Saturday.
You're all
fuck,
away
I'm
too.
6. I'm also away.
It's the middle of our holidays.
Well, I'm in
Yeah, I'm
Melbourne.
away.
I'll take a free ticket.
Did you not get an invite?
No.
We don't get invited to
Oh,
things.
You don't get
No,
invited.
no.
Well, and
we
you can
don't.
have Andy's. Mine came through my management, so I don't know how to hand that to you. I don't know how
Okay.
that works.
Mine
Maybe
came
ask
You could
through
have
my
Angie.
management.
She's too good for us.
What a wanker thing to say.
Yeah.
Well, now that I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a blue tick.
Is this your business?
No, this is not my business. But yes. Blue tick. Thank you very much. For me and my 6,000
How has your
followers.
How has your life changed since?
Not at all.
How do you- what about internally? Like, how do you feel in
That
your
was
heart?
exciting when it happened.
Yeah.
And then Kate, my manager, texted me. She's like, "How does it feel to have a blue tick?" And I said, "No different."
Could
And
I-
I still
Do you-
feel
Do
unworthy.
you see people without blue ticks as like lower beings?
No.
You
I
pause,
should-
you
No,
pause.
I have less followers than most of the people in this building.
Should I go on
But
Meta
whatever.
Meta now and pay for like Meta Premium?
Yeah,
to get one
I was gonna
myself?
say,
If you want Belle
did your
if you want Belle to talk to you, then yeah.
Did
I want Belle to reply to my message.
your manager just pay for you to get a blue tick?
No.
Or how'd they do it?
Not confirmed.
No, she just said, "Let me know when you want it, and I'll get it for you."
Yeah.
And then I said, "Yeah, okay." And then I opened up Insta and I had a blue tick.
Whoa.
I think the timeline is dicey on that.
But it didn't say. It just said, "Congrats, you've been verified."
Yeah.
And then it said, "Now you'll appear with a blue tick." And then I
Talk
had a
to me
blue
when
tick.
you've got a gold Twitter tick.
Normally you have to like.
Don't dead name.
Normally you have to like. When you open up Instagram now, do you have like a new little tab? Like,
For what?
like because now you're in the club.
So now, like, you get to look at your scum followers
Yeah.
and your regular followers, and then do you get like a direct line to the Zuck, or
Did you have some kind of initiation? Like you had to like.
Ben's got one too.
But Ben
I
went through the
don't-
initiation.
Yeah.
I also don't look down on people who don't have them.
I don't look down on anyone.
It feels like you do. It feels like you just think you're a little bit better than everyone else now.
I don't, because like I said, I don't post anything, and like I don't really have any followers.
well, why
I
do you
just-
get
it's
one then?
I always
just-
say,
She said, "Do you want one?"
I-
I said, "Yeah, all right."
I think it's a waste of Nova resources if there's a dog shit on the footpath and you make a Casanova lay on it so you can walk over their back. I think that's a waste of resources.
Agreed.
You do what you want to do, Belle.
I believe they're called supernovas.
Dead name. Wow.
It's like the brilliant movie Coming to America with Eddie
Right.
Murphy,
Eddie Murphy.
where and this is, I mean, I've produced other radio stations, so has Tina. We've never had to do this before, but when Belle walks in, we have to throw rose petals on the ground for her to walk on, like King Jaffe Joffer had in Coming to America.
And because I don't, and you're saying you don't look down on us, but you have a blue tick. I don't, and I do feel inferior to you. So I
Yeah.
feel like the math.
Shut up.
I can't even be like this close standing next to her. I feel
Yeah, be
She's
careful.
I'm a peasant.
Can I ask you a question, Belle? And obviously, we have to ask now to engage with you.
Can you talk to you, Belle?
Tina, there's a call.
They hung up. They knew they were like,
Whoa! How was that order that Belle barked at Tina now?
they're calling you to hang up because Belle's got a tick. Oh no, they're back.
Calling back. Why am I on this side?
Ask her if she's gonna
Get them on.
Just answer it in
Just for context, people are calling the radio studio for our show. Tina has to go out and answer
It's
it quickly.
6:50, so we're doing this during another show.
Well, because Liam's not here, and we're doing a best of again.
Andy, you can ask your question for Belle.
I didn't have one.
That was the bit.
Uh,
Belle, what was
Illustrate
your
that you
business?
have to ask.
What was your actual
Just-
business?
Oh, my business was just that tiny, hilarious meme that was put in the Alpha Squad, our Facebook group, when they said Ben was acting like Murray from Flight of the Conchords when he answered his own roll call yesterday.
Does Liam not do
And then
that?
you did it again.
No,
No, he
he
goes,
ne-
I'm Liam. And then he goes,
Ah.
Ben. But you said Ben, present.
No, because you have to
Murray,
do Liam first.
present.
Yeah.
Do we want to interview Jermaine from Flight of the
I would
Conchords?
love.
Oh my God, I'd die.
He's
Yeah.
so funny.
Leave it with me.
I'd love to.
Wow.
He's coming for something. What's the
Oh my
guy's
God.
name in real life?
Jermaine.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Jermaine and Brett.
Brit.
Jermaine Clement.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
God.
Brett McKenzie.
Oh my God,
Oscar
I'd
winner.
die.
I'd love to get Murray, who I've
Oh,
Reese
yeah.
Darby.
He's
I
got
believe.
he's got an Apple TV show coming out called Time Bandits, and do we want to interview Jermaine Clement?
Oh my
I'd
God.
love to.
In person though, or on the phone? Probably. Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
That's still, I mean, it's still cool.
He's
Belle,
very funny,
question
yeah.
for you: Do you talk to the supernova when you're taking a shit because they're there to wipe your ass, or do you just do you ignore them like they're not
we
there?
moved past it.
It was a serious question. I don't know. Do you look at them or do you just ignore them?
What do you mean?
Well, because everyone's below you because you got the blue tick. Now.
You have one too.
Yeah, but I treat everyone equal, blue
I
tick or
treat
not.
everyone equal too. In fact, if anyone does it, it's you, Ben.
What?
You don't talk to people. You don't want to hang out with people.
Exactly.
You just
I
go
treat them
home.
equal. I don't care if you get a blue tick. I'm going to ignore you. If you don't have one, I'm probably going to ignore you.
Is there anyone, Ben, in the world that if they had a blue tick, you would change your mind about?
As in, if they got a blue tick, I'd change
Or
my
like maybe
opinion of them.
because you're saying you treat everyone equally no matter what. But like, what if someone you really loved got a blue tick? Would you treat them a bit better?
As long as they treat everyone with respect and kindness, I'd still treat them the same.
Okay. I'm
If
just
they
trying
start-
to gauge
if
where
they
your
s-
line is.
Yeah, if they start to ignore producers who they've been, some would even say friends with for a long time because they don't have blue ticks, then I just don't think that's really appropriate.
Have you? Did you notice a shift in Belle's behaviour today?
Immediately.
Yeah, I did.
Immediately.
Speaking of Belle looking down on all of us from her high horse,
Hell.
I listened to Monday's episode.
Yes.
Yes, I wasn't here to defend myself, and I didn't appreciate how Belle was talking about my diet.
Yeah, Belle.
Everyone was.
I
It
wasn't.
just
I
me.
wasn't.
Jack wasn't.
Welcome to the club, Scud.
Everyone was.
I mean, yeah, it's bad. I know it's bad. I'm quite aware. I'm
Yeah.
quite aware. But no, I'm going to side with Tina because Tina was like, this team's getting a little bit toxic.
What's happening?
And maybe
Belle
Belle
saying-
got. Maybe that's when Belle found out she was going to get the blue tick on Monday.
Well, it's saying if we have a Diet Coke, we're going to die before 60 or something.
I'm
that's
gonna
all I
die.
got out of it.
I'm never going to die. That's confirmed.
I did, though, listen to Monday about how we're supposed to get a note from our mum if we were sick.
Oh.
And because I was still working from home, so I didn't actually have sick days. I had half days because I was still
Fair.
working.
I've had those.
Who scoffed,
you were.
who scoffed at that?
No, that's a good point.
Who do you think scoffed?
Yeah, we know who scoffed.
Old Ticky McGee over there.
I
doing?
didn't get one from Mum. I don't think she wants anything to do with this podcast or any content that I'm involved in anyway.
Fair.
Or
Very
dad,
fair.
or dad for that matter.
Unsupportive parents.
13, 24.
That'd be good. That'd be good talk back.
Did they get around you when you did like your world record and stuff?
No, I don't think they know about it.
Scudder's dad finally said 2 words to him after he broke a world record, and it was should have been higher. Than more than 2 words.
Only 59? What the hell? So no, I got one. It was kind of in the moment because my wife is a full-time nanny of 2 boys, and they FaceTime me pretty much every day. And the 2-year-old, he just babbles about. I can't understand what he's saying, but he was babbling to me, and I was really sick. And he was like, "Oh no, why are you sick?" And I said, "Oh, can you make a little voice note for me? I need a sick note for the podcast." So this is Alexander.
Uncle Dada has a be sick. I think I'll go to him. You shouldn't come to work very well. God bless.
Good enough for me.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
he's-
understand a word except for God bless.
I got
said,
a little bit
Uncle
in there.
Scudder?
He said Uncle Scudder has been really sick, and he said I think Belle gave it to him.
Can we
and
hear
he-
that again?
He said you shouldn't come to work sick.
Oh. See, now no one gives Ben shit. He talked down.
Belle, do you have a name for it?
What?
Your high horse?
Have you been
That
sitting
you
on
look
that
down
for
upon everyone
ages?
on?
You shouldn't be writing that.
No, I wouldn't. Why would I?
That's actually kind of contradicting to your opinions.
Not on a freaking horse.
What's Tina's opinion on this?
She's
where are
had to
you?
go to pick up Paul.
She's had to go back out to answer phone calls.
Are we doing quiz? What's the bloody deal here? It's Wednesday.
Not with that
We
Tina.
need Tina for that.
Shit. We'll play
that.
the intro, and I guarantee you she'll make it back in time.
No, there's
Well,
3
there's
calls
a few
coming
calls
through.
coming through.
Oh, just piss off.
What we'll do is
I miss Liam.
we'll just. Oh, if Liam was here, he would be He'd be on par with me for roasts.
Yeah, but I think he
And
also...
I'd be loving it because he'd be throwing them back, and then while he's
Yeah.
doing one, I'd
Oh,
bring
you
him
could
another
be
one,
another one?
and then we'd be going
Yes,
1 for 1.
it's called being freaking tag team punched.
You
both
are.
ends,
You'd be getting
which is-
tag
I'm
teamed.
used
Whoa.
to that. But, like, honestly... Sorry. Honestly, like, I feel like sometimes the hate can be dispersed a little bit onto him as well. So I miss that.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
I
right.
agree, but in this instance, he would be loving that. He'd be loving this bit that has formed.
The longer Liam isn't here, the bigger the bubble gets for the podcast bursting when he comes back.
True.
It's going to be big.
It'll be glorious when he comes back.
Like the bubble will burst.
Well, yeah, Ben, what's your stance at the moment still? Because
I
we
said-
checked
I
in
said-
yesterday
I
and you
said
said you're
yesterday.
struggling.
Yeah, I didn't-
What about now?
I was struggling?
No, as in like, so Monday we got him on and you said,
Yeah.
oh, you know, it's not a sick day. Yesterday you were like, I'm finding it harder.
Oh, yeah.
And now today, it's day 3.
It's strongly in the camp of sick day, for sure. Sick days, which is wild.
What if they were all half days? Has he technically just worked 1.5 days?
Nah, because he hasn't replied to any of the emails on some of the days.
Yeah.
All right, well,
There are no excuses left.
Well, look, just while Tina's doing phone calls, we're going to pause this. It'll sound like nothing to you, but the intro will start, and then we'll start Wednesday.
Question. It's Wednesday. Alpha squatters have their say. What will Tina eat today? Did Liam say? Is Jack okay? And what game will Ben play? These quiz are up. Post them online on Wednesday. These quiz are up. Post them online on Wednesday.
Yes, if you ever have a quay for the team, you can post it in the Ben Lameville Alpha Squad, and Tina will ask the team the quay. Before we get into the Alpha Squad quays, Belle, can I ask you a quay? Do you want me to get sunglasses for the producing team so that they don't ever make eye contact with you? They'll be like really heavily tinted so you can't see their eyes.
Why are you being so mean?
I'll get some of those.
I won't look at her during this.
Thank you,
just
Tina. You don't want to set
that's
her off.
very respectful.
I
Okay,
thought so.
honestly, TBH, I held off on getting this blue tick because we were going to do it for a content bit, and I held off for months, and then I got it finally, and I was so happy about it, and I held off for the con, and this is what I get.
And we kind of had a little bit of a chat yesterday and said, are we still want to do that bit? And we kind of went, nah, probably not. Probably doesn't fit like Drive. It's probably more of a breakfast thing. And then moments later, you had a blue tick.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I remember that conversation. We said, we won't do it for content as long as you don't let it change you, go for it. And then 24 hours later, eating my words.
We can't even look at her now.
No.
Sure.
Heaven forbid.
Tina, don't pile in on this.
Go for
I
it,
won't
Tina.
look at you.
Far out.
Love you. Quay from Aiden. For Ben and Andy, are you guys watching any anime still? And if so, what are you watching?
I haven't had time. I tried to watch the fan fiction of Dragon Ball on YouTube. It was really hard. I couldn't get into it because it's like a fake storyline. No, I didn't like it.
Is fan fiction for Dragon Ball Z like fanfic like for Twilight?
It's called Dragon
Harry
Balls
style?
D.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, no, it wasn't like
You're
yeah.
kind of watching. Are you,
Dragon Balls
like,
Deep.
Is that the
Yeah,
fanfic that
nice.
you're watching?
No, it was like
Okay.
fan fiction where people just made up different
No,
storylines.
Okay.
not all fan fiction is erotic.
I never
fiction.
read any. Watched the. I
Did
can't
you
talk.
write some though?
Yeah,
Did
can
you
I
write
say,
it?
Belle,
I'm frazzled today.
I've been ripping you, Belle, but saying Dragon Balls Deep, very funny.
Oh, I said it, but that's okay.
Well, I said Dragon Balls D.
You got
and
me
then
there.
Jack
You got me there.
Palmer.
I slam dunked the alley, so that's all good.
Tina, have you ever read Harry Styles fan fiction?
No. Actually,
Have you ever written?
No. I'm
Belle,
not
you
into it.
used to write fan fiction.
I didn't write, but I read a lot.
You read
Peter
a lot?
Hellier.
Yeah.
You used
What
to
was
write
this-
Peter Hellier fan fiction.
What?
You stroke?
Strawdy as well.
Also, can we see if that does exist? Because that would be amazing.
Rule 34.
No, yeah, there was heaps of Hamish and Andy fanfic. Oh my god, that
Was there
stuff
really?
got weird. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Because in the Tumblr world, which was what it was back then, in the Tumblr world, that fandom that everyone would be sharing links because there was all these fanfic websites, and then but I don't know. I just started and I was like, this is weird
What was
because I
the
wanted to
main-
get into radio, so I was like, I don't want
Yeah.
to. This is weird.
What was the main website? Like A3? Was that what it was called? It's A something.
I can't remember.
Tumblr is the website on the internet that was kind of the middle rung of the human centipede of content.
Totally.
I would
Oh my
say
God,
it's the biggest
totally.
mix between old internet and new internet.
Yeah.
Andy, any anime you watching?
I am not really. I am playing so much Yu-Gi-Oh at the moment, like the game.
On your phone? On
No, Switch. I played on Switch.
That's right, you got on Switch.
I was playing against a Japanese guy the other day. It was very fun.
Did you smoke him?
He smoked me.
Yeah, of course.
And Ben, do you like anime or do you like Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
I like anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I don't go deep on my animes, but I like the big ones.
I'm watching one.
Ooh, what is it?
I don't know how to pronounce the name properly, but I call it Mashal. It's pronounced spelled Mashle.
Yeah, right.
Ma-
And it's
Mashle.
Mashle, maybe. Mashla. And it's about a guy that is the only non-magic person in a world full of magic people. And he has to pretend to be a magic person and go to school. But he's really strong, so you can
That's fun.
he can kind of pretend to be magic. And he gets his power from eating, like, souffles.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite anime, Ben, that isn't from the Dragon Ball universe?
Can we do? I like the movie Akira.
Akira.
yeah.
Akira.
So
yeah,
good.
Akira. That was. I remember watching that when I was a kid, and I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I like this.
Do you know?
And then I watched it again when I was older, and I was like, this really holds up. It's like Is it 1990s?
It's like 1989 or something like that.
Yeah, so it's really old, and it's confusing for a child to watch, but then you watch it as an adult, and
So
it's
good.
really good.
It is. So, fun fact about Akira, I can't remember what the exact numbers are, but it's something like normal cartoons like The Simpsons or like Dragon Ball. They have like
24
24 frames a second. So every 1 second is 24 like moving pictures.
24 pictures in one frame of
and
animation.
Akira was like 300 a second.
Wow.
Like it was like the detail in it is.
Why?
It's just so detailed. Like the guy was just obsessed. So
That's
every
really
1
cool.
It gives you
second
smooth
has,
emotion.
Like,
It gives you smooth emotion.
It's incredible, and
Wow.
it really is like people who and imagine there's 3 of them in this room. People that don't like anime will judge something because it's a cartoon without giving it a chance.
Well, that's, I guess, Western civilization as a whole still thinks that cartoons and animated stuff is for children.
Yeah.
And it's not always the case.
It's a bit like Korean music. People will just go without ever listening to it because they think it's Korean music.
Yeah, whatever.
Tina, what anime are you watching at the moment?
I'm not watching anime at the moment, but
Yeah.
do you think that I'd be judging it because?
Tina,
it's
you
a
said you were
cartoon?
balls deep in Cowboy Bebop.
I think people think
Don't
anime
know
is
what that is.
nerdy.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I don't yuck anyone's yum, so I don't judge.
Yeah.
You do you, boo.
I think Liam
Whatever.
would be the first one to yuck anime.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he thinks it's nerdy.
Yeah.
But
But I also find that endearing about him. Like, I think I find it funny that he finds anime so funny.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Next.
Okay.
See, Andy talks down.
He doesn't have a blue tick. He's allowed.
I'm sorry, Belle. No, Belle, don't.
Belle, I can't believe you did that.
Caught in 4K.
Oh my god.
You're lucky the cameras aren't rolling. They're rolling.
Don't hit me in the face anymore, Belle. I won't do it again, all right?
You're
It's
right,
I'm
free
sorry.
group. Let's
You're right,
Belle's
sir.
gonna contain
Really
herself.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Is this defamation?
Is it
Possibly.
libelous? No, that's written.
You're saying that I'm hitting. I'm not. I didn't do
No,
it.
her name's Sibelius. Go for it, Tina.
Quaid from Ben for Andy.
Me?
Andy, what's your car?
Oh, because we're talking about the phone background.
Yeah,
which
obviously
has
this is the
changed
mother
now.
list, so we're going back a bit, you know. but
Yeah.
yeah.
I appreciate that, Tina.
My car, my phone background, and it's my wife's car that
Our wife.
is our only car that we drive. It's an Audi, a convertible Audi A3, and she was very excited the day we bought it and took a photo of her in it and liked that photo. I got peer pressured into changing it from my phone background. And now
Did you stick with that or did you put it back?
No, I've gone with a
You
picture
stuck
of
with the one you changed it
me
to?
and Kelsey on our wedding day.
God, how difficult.
But I can always do that thing
yeah.
where you change.
Oh, yeah.
How do you do that? There it
There it is.
Do you not like that your wallpaper's now full? Like, do you not
Yeah,
like?
it was cropped.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll admit it looks way better.
I prefer the old one.
Thank you, Dano.
Okay. Quay from Pete. Will Beneath the Grease make a return? Obviously.
It'll make a return tonight if you listen.
It's not the best job, but
I think the plan is to do Beneath the Grease more. Like, you have, like, your regular segments, which you try and do once a week. Beneath the Grease, I think, is one that maybe comes once a month.
Yeah, well, I think it should like moonlight here and there.
Yeah.
So you
Little
don't know when it's
cameos.
going to come.
Can you
It'll just
reset
happen.
Beneath the Grease if anyone doesn't know what it is?
Yeah, so Beneath the Grease is a segment we did where we got stories from people who work in fast food franchises.
Yeah. And we go beneath.
yeah, there's some real shockers.
It was. And that's why I like it. Like, if you do it once a week, I think you might burn through all the good ones.
Yeah.
If you do it once a month, I feel like you save up enough good ones that it is justifiably going to be good. Yeah.
Great.
Great.
Apologies if I've said this name wrong. Quay from Jylan. Working in radio seems like such a fun. Oh, fudge.
That was a fudge. That we
It
did,
was
didn't
fudge.
you?
I
It
went
was
up
a
to look at the
fudge.
clock.
Oh,
That's fine.
sorry, let me try again.
Jiminy Jillikers.
Elmer Fudge.
Working in radio seems like such fun on and off air. Are there any downsides at all?
Belle?
Oh, well, yeah. Working
Yeah.
with Belle.
Oh, no, I invited her to speak. I invited her to speak. I wasn't saying Bill. No, Belle, I was inviting you to speak. I wasn't saying that. And then Ben's at the bad one.
Belle, you're laughing. Come
I
on.
was setting you up to say Ben's a shithead.
I don't think so. No. I guess there is always that element of uncertainty whether you will have a job in a year or two.
That's a thing.
Normal jobs, you know, you get a contract and yeah, woo. Unless you really stuff up and you get fired. But like here, it's like you just don't know. You wake up one day and suddenly
Yeah.
you're in a different show, or you know, yeah,
Unless you work at the ABC.
yeah,
It's hard to
yeah,
get, very hard to get
Yeah.
fired from the
It's a
ABC.
lifer.
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I guess personally, that's probably mine.
Yeah.
You know, I love working in radio. I genuinely, that's why, you know, with no sick days, like, even when I'm sick, I still want to come into work.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely love this job.
You're so
Not
lucky.
saying anyone who has a sick day doesn't love their job, but I used to work on a dairy farm, and I compare that to what I do now, and I do think I'm very
Was
lucky
that
to do
your
it.
only other job?
Dairy farm? Yeah, I did like a bit of carpentry stuff on the side, but that was like casual work.
Cashies?
Yeah, it was cash in hand.
You
It
did
wasn't.
some stand up.
Did some stand up.
That's cool.
But radio, like I dropped out of school, worked on the dairy farm full time, and
Cool.
then went into radio from there.
Yeah. This job has like a 99% approval rating for me.
Ooh.
Like, by which I mean, even the bad days are still rewarding, I think.
It's better than
Like,
most jobs, I'd say.
I think
Totally.
I'd take it's a very fun job. If there's one thing that's a little bit, I mean, I'm very competitive, but for the sake of everyone, I think that having your performance released to the public once every 6 or so weeks is probably not the most kind of fun way of having your work performance appraised. Normally that stuff isn't done like that in other industries. So
Yeah, talking about ratings. Yes.
talking about ratings,
I think
yeah.
your performance is also put out to the public every night during the show. Like, if you have a bad show, you're like, well, everyone just witnessed that.
Yeah, and even working in social media, it's like you don't have to wait 3 months to
Yeah,
people to tell you your shit.
that's true too.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're very lucky, and we have a great team as well. We are so lucky.
Sometimes I kind of need to take a step back working in radio because you forget how cool it is when you've been doing
Yeah.
it for even 3 years or something. Where you kind of go like, shit, if I said 5 years ago I'd be doing this,
Yeah.
I would have been so excited. So that kind of gives me the G
Yeah.
up I need.
It's definitely work. Like, people that listen to it might think it sounds like we rock up and then have fun and then go home, but it's definitely work, but it's also very fun work.
and a lot of people like in the industry I've heard say like the more work you put, like, how do I put this? So for your show to sound like you've put no work in, you need
Takes
to
work.
put yes,
Yeah.
and that's the
Yeah.
best product you can have. If your product sounds like you've rolled in and you've just turned the mics on and you have a blast, then you've done the job really well.
Totally.
But behind the scenes, yeah.
Yeah.
And we overthink a lot. I do.
Yeah.
I will
Good
say
point,
for someone that's creative, and that's most people in radio, that it is quite relentless as well.
Yeah.
So you put a 2-hour show on, and then everything you've done in that show goes in the bin.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the next day you come in and you create a full another
Yeah.
2 hours.
Massive
worth of content.
turnover of content.
Yeah.
Massive. More than probably most things in the content sphere.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else that's like that level of turnover.
Yeah.
Like 15 hours a week of
I would
content.
say if you're a
doing a
surgeon and you complete
In a-
surgery and then they're off. And
in
you
a
go do the
creative
next-
industry.
In a creative industry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Next Quay team.
Next one, make it the last one.
Will we?
Yeah.
Oh!
That's actually
I
Belle's
like it.
decision.
Well,
I like it, team. Call your shot.
yeah, let's make it the last one.
Golf Queen.
For Queenie, that's good. Ben's just hit us with a how do you do, fellow kids. I love it.
Okay, Quay from James. What is the team's all-time favourite segment?
Ooh.
As
On
in
this show.
benchmark,
On
or
this
as
show?
in-
Well, to make it easy, let's go benchmark from maybe
This show.
this show.
This show.
In the
Yeah.
history of Ben Liam / Ben Liam and Bell.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Well, let's just do
Ever?
Ben Liam and Belle.
No, I'd just do of all time. Yeah, I'd say.
Recurring benchmark for.
Yeah, the
ever.
law is
Yeah.
Ben Liam and Bell / Ben Liam.
Yeah.
Because you were around for all that.
Anything,
anyway, Bell.
anything that's canon?
Yeah, anything that's
Yeah,
canon.
anything that's canon. I would say a couple of ones that come to mind for me, and that's probably what I'm going to go off of because they're the first ones I thought of. Secret Picture, like Secret Sound, but it was a picture in the studio. I always loved that. Obviously, the gag was you couldn't see it. No one ever got it right, ever, in the history of doing it. We did it for years, early days. I think we did a bit of it at Triple J as well, but it was Fresh and then Triple J. I don't think we did it at Nova.
Nah.
No. And then another one that I loved from early days, and I wish we still did it, but I don't know if it would translate very well, but we used to do mystery doors where at Fresh we always had prizes that weren't the best. And I think we also did it at Triple J where we had
did
no
it
prizes.
at Nova as well.
We did it at Nova as well.
in
So
Adelaide.
mystery doors was where you would have a prize, it'd be say movie tickets. But to make it fun, we used to have 3 mystery doors. And so you'd say, give us a buzz, send 2410, you'd have 3 callers. It'd be door A, B, and C. And you'd say to the caller who came on first, do you want to open door A, B, or C? Behind one of the doors is the movie tickets. And then behind the 2 other doors would always be things that would murder them. So it would always be like, all right, open up door A. And they'd say, okay, go for it. And then they'd and they'd be, it'd be a lion.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
I would fade
We've
them.
done we've done that since
Yeah.
I've been with you guys.
So I
yeah.
would fade them down so that they'd be eaten by the lion, and then Liam would always go, John, are you there? John! Oh, God. All right. Kelly, you're up next. And the gag was always the last door was the one with the
Yeah.
ticket. So if you were the third caller, you would always win. The other 2 would always die. And I always like that.
Can we bring that back?
Yeah, I quite like that.
Yeah, that was very good.
We have
Good.
movie tickets.
Well,
Good.
oh, that's true. We do.
so many.
And we have one DVD of Casablanca to give
Yeah.
away as well. Remember?
Next, who wants to say theirs?
Belle, what's your
Oh,
favourite?
everyone's looking at me.
Yeah.
We're not meant to look at it.
I have.
I'm sorry.
Very quick.
Tina did come in with a lot of energy today.
Yeah.
And it was suspect.
Guys, I haven't spiraled and it's Wednesday. Are we proud of me?
Yeah, very proud of
I
you.
said
Well, we haven't really
just
done
in
any real
case.
shows.
Well, no, on Friday I said I'm not going to spiral this week, and I haven't
Good for you.
so far.
Still a couple of days left.
Yeah, Friday.
Belle, continue.
I have. So mine are different because I like these. Can I do 2?
Yeah, Ben did too.
I like these 2 because
I am the leader.
for
of
the. For the.
I'll allow Belle to do 2.
Not so much the on air, but like the fact that I don't know, when I think like, oh, what's a segment that you put a lot of work into and you were proud of? It's these 2. Definitely the payphone one. That will live with me forever because I had to literally infiltrate Telstra and be like, please, can you give me a list of all your phone numbers for public payphones? And it took like 2 months for them to finally come around to it. And then the second one would probably be when we did also Triple J, but we had a segment where we crossed to overseas, to a radio station overseas, and we swapped a song each. Because that also took
That's cool.
so much work of like me contacting radio stations overseas, explaining to them, lining up meetings with them to then go, all we want to do is just give you a song from Australia and
Sounded
you give
good,
us
though.
one.
Sounded
And
really
once we
good.
did it, and then it sounded like we were like tuning into there, and it was just.
Does that exist anywhere that you could? That sounds really cool, and I've never heard that.
Yeah, I think it was pretty unique. So it was always good because it was like we gave them a song, they gave us a song,
Be on
and
a
then
podcast
we
somewhere,
played
right?
it. Yeah,
And we
it's fun.
ended up doing like 6 or more countries.
The best thing
and
about it was because whenever you got someone from an English-speaking country that also did radio, you were always speaking to someone who was very good at chopping it up because they did radio. So it was always a good break.
Yeah, it was good. It was
you-
like Canada or like England, Holland. We did. Where else did we do? I think we did Italy. We did France. Yeah, it was just like it was relentless for me to organise. But when it went to air, I was like,
Hell yeah.
anyway, yeah. And we gave Tones and I to one of the stations before she blew up.
We did.
And then they emailed me
They
saying
thanked
thank
us.
you. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyone else got one segment they want to flag?
I got one.
Yeah.
I've always liked Trapped. Because you've done it a couple of times. I remember the first time you did it.
Interesting you
Who's
said
that for an
segment. I'd say it's more of an art, but I appreciate the.
I don't care.
The
You've done it more than
thanks.
once. You've done it more than once. If it's an arc. Bench arc.
Yeah.
It's a bench arc, if you
Every
just
week
say.
they get trapped.
Can I just context someone that doesn't know? So, what Belle and I are saying is a story arc is something you do and it goes for a while. It's like it's a story and it goes over a period of days. You can also do a story arc over a period of a show. So it's at the start of the show, something happens, and then the story carries across the night or the morning. Whereas a benchmark or a segment is something like One Bar Starman, which you do once a week or twice a week or once a month.
But that's cool.
Am
But I,
no,
but I
only-
appreciate Jack saying trap.
Only because, specifically, like, I didn't know too much about the one you did at Nova, but the one that you did at Fresh, because you were, where you specifically were, you in between the glass of the studio at Fresh and the outside, because it used to be an old restaurant, they used to flick that glass up, because I used to work there, that made it even cooler for me when I went
really?
back and, not at this restaurant, but at Fresh, like when I was at Fresh. I'm like, they did it here, and I got to actually walk in there and say, like, you lived in here,
Yeah.
and you did the...
That was a
like,
lame idea because there was a weird space, weird like glass cavity between the studios and the outside world, and Liam always just said, "I want to do something in here," and then that was where the idea for Trap came from.
My favourite benchmark was Sandstorm Fridays,
Yeah, which
Oh, vintage.
which is just you playing Sandstorm every
yes,
Friday.
which
Now that
was
is a
from
benchmark.
my mate Beefy. That was his idea.
Really?
He was like, "You should play." We used to get him on the show. We used to call him and to chat to him. And once I think Liam said to him, "You got any ideas for the show?" He's like, "Oh yeah, you should just play Sandstorm every Friday, Sandstorm Fridays." And we laughed at him and said that's stupid. And then we did it like as a joke, and then the phone lines are lit up. So then the next week we did it again, and then it just organically became probably the most popular segment we ever did.
How many weeks did it go for?
2 years at Fresh, so it went for almost 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was an iconic Adelaide bit.
Oh yeah, because I remember even at Triple J get calls and people would be like, "Send some Friday," and I was like, "I don't know
Yeah.
what you're talking about."
It was good. It was good from a benchmark point of view because you used to do it on Friday, obviously, but you used to do it the same. I think it was like 7:50. So like every single Friday, 7:50, you played it, and so people used to like. It used to signpost their weekend beginning.
That's
And to context, it's like for Fresh, that's
The
Fresh's
anthem.
that's Fresh's #1 of all time. They
Yeah.
did the vote on that, so it's kind of like, I guess, the Triple J doing "Smells Like Teen Spirit Fridays" or like something like
yeah,
that.
right.
It was like the iconic song.
Yeah.
I reckon we've got to finish because this bed's probably about to run out.
Also,
is. It is.
Plinth probably
Yeah, probably.
because we turned the mics off.
Yeah.
News jumble.
Can you
Good
out
answer.
us with the news jumble? Do you still have it?
Yeah, I can get news jumble to finish
Yeah,
it.
just to finish us off.
You're gonna make me jumble.
I always also love the meat cannon firing the meat tray to the person.
Oh,
Big
and
theatre of the
killing,
mind.
killing
you
the
know-
610 quiz songs.
Yep.
The-
Yeah, fun bit.
The meat tray was a weird thing, just quickly, because when I started with you guys at Triple J, that was after that girl was on TV and talked about the fake meat tray. And I remember when I started and I was like, whoa, I get to do the meat tray. And I saw this on TV.
Yeah.
You got posted about some girl talking about it. And I didn't understand. As someone that didn't really listen, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The meat flying across the sky made me laugh every week.
Maybe we should bring that back as well.
It's funny.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye, Mum.
Do you know where you are? Do you know where you are? You're on the jumble now, baby. The news jumble. Welcome to News Jumble. It's a fun new game. We get 2 new stories and jumble them together. Then you have to unnumber those 2 new stories. You could win some money or a Kogan voucher on Jumble. Play News Jumble on Jumble the You gotta